The projects we have in the pipeline, the one we launched today for us is very exciting because people keep saying, oh, you cannot tokenize equities in the US, no, you cannot trade equities on chain in the US. This is actually not true, and we've done it with our own stock. We've proven it, it's live, everybody can see it, so we hope that then the industry will move more towards the native tokenization model here onshore, so US markets have also access to tokenized equities, and it's only not all offshore synthetics or derivatives.
That was Carlos Domingo, the CEO of Securitize, the same Securitize that's tied to Ripple and BlackRock, the same one that is the world's largest tokenization platform with over $4 billion in RWA under management. A massive player talking about tokenization and how they're stepping forward, but what they're doing on the NYSE stock market is even bigger, which we're going to talk about in this video. We're also going to talk about MiCA with Ripple. Then we're going to look at Algorand. Then towards the back end, we're going to talk about what the American president is doing. So if you have kids, definitely stick around for this because this will benefit your child if they are under 18 years old. And in between that, we're going to talk about new announcements with Russia and China stepping into the crypto digital asset realm. Big stories coming out after July 4th. As you can see, as the stock market and the crypto market shows, there was no major switch flipped and there was no shot to $1,000 as you may have heard from other influencers. So hopefully you are aware by now that that's not how the market works. And if you've been around this channel, that's what we kind of help you understand if you are newer to the crypto market so you don't get confused. And thank you to everybody that has already subscribed to the channel. Your support is amazing. I could not do this without you. Let's go ahead and get into the first story, which is going to be the follow-up to the Securitize announcement. So check it out with me. It says Securitize is now officially a public company listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker SECZ, or SECZ if you say it fast, kind of play on word there. It says our focus is unchanged, building the regulated infrastructure for the next generation of capital markets. So now you can buy SECZ on New York Stock Exchange. That is huge. We're seeing crypto becoming more and more relevant and prominent on the stock exchanges. As we roll on from strategy, we're going to hear this all week, I'm sure. This is going to get beat to death, so check it out. It says strategy holds 3,588, strategy has sold 3,588 Bitcoin for $216 million to fund dividends on our digital credit securities. As of 7/5/2026, we hold 843,755 Bitcoin in our BTC reserves and 2.55 billion in our USD reserves. This is going to be big because Michael Saylor keeps on saying never going to sell, never going to sell. Boom, sold 3,588 Bitcoin. This is going to kind of stir up some people talking in the markets. So if you want to get into that conversation, have fun with that. And this is coming from Ripple on July 6, 2026. It says it's official. Ripple has received its EU CASP license. We are now fully MiCA compliant and ready to meet growing European crypto demand. As this was any kind of shock to the system, we knew Ripple was going to get it, of course. You've been following Ripple. You know they are the plan. They are the ones laying out the plan, essentially, amongst other major companies as well. As we keep on rolling on, this is coming from Chart Nerd, and this is about Ripple and starting a chartered, so check it out. Long-term Ripple partner, Standard Chartered, just became the first global systematically important bank to offer USDC minting and redemption. GSIB, as you're going to hear this again. As we roll down from July 2nd, Coin Bureau, we have Standard Chartered launches USDC minting and redemption for clients. Standard Chartered and Circle launched a service letting eligible clients mint and redeem USDC through the bank without direct Circle accounts, which is huge and which again should be no surprise as we see Tether falling off from the EU since they did not get their MiCA license. And this is the list of GSIBs, just in case you missed it, as of November 27, 2025. So Standard Chartered, a part of the rest of these banks here. I'll move kind of slowly. As usual, all my research is down in the video description if you want to check that out. And there's your Standard Chartered there. So big banks looking into digital assets, looking at stable coins. And this is coming from Ray Fuentes. If you want to check out this, if you're an XRP fan, they have actually made a little documentary. You can see the official documentary right here. I have not watched it yet, but if you are interested in that, the link will be down in the video description as well. So we're starting to see the ramp up of tokenization, stablecoins, digital assets as we're waiting for the Clarity Act to get approved. But at the same time, we're seeing that other countries are stepping in and getting their legal framework up, which we're going to talk about with Russia, South Africa, and China here just in a bit. But before we do, guys, if you could hit that like button, it'd be very much appreciated. I am trying to grow a channel in the middle of a time where the crypto space is a ghost town. Maybe that's bad timing on my end, but I am pretty passionate about this stuff. I enjoy getting out to you guys. So if you could just help me out back and just hit that like button. And if you do look at this kind of reporting where we don't give any kind of hopium, we just provide facts in a different way to look at the crypto market, please consider subscribing to the channel towards the end of the video if you feel like I've earned that from you. And while we're here, guys, as you can see, I'm sitting at 5,998 subscribers. I am trying to go for that 10,000 mark by the end of the year / beginning of January 2027. So any kind of support on this would be amazing. And as you can see from my subscribed viewers, we have 52.9% coming from the watch time, but not subscribed, we're still sitting at 47.1%. I'd love to get this number up, which I am very happy and thrilled with this number. It's exciting to see that. So thank you again to everybody that has subscribed and supports this channel. Now let's keep on going. Let's move into the next story. It's going to be about Algorand. As you know, Algorand is a big player right now. So if you're sleeping on Algorand, please wake up, check it out. Not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go buy it. I'm just saying go do the research on it. So check out the story from All In Crypto with me. Read along. It says ALGO wins blockchain award for 2026. Algorand just won blockchain technology for North America at the 2026 World Finance Sustainability Awards against the giants like FedEx, United, and more. ALGO is gaining recognition for being a carbon neutral enterprise grade chain as well as quantum resilient. That wasn't in there, but you'll see that it's gone against FedEx, United, Nestle, Cargill, and Ecolab. So big names, Algorand beat them. Amazing to see it. Then speaking about Algorand, we're thinking about future of gaming. For my gamers out there, check this out. It says PlayStation will stop releasing new games on physical disc starting January 2026. As gaming goes fully digital, ownership matters now more than ever. Web3 offers a future where players can truly own, transfer, and resell digital games instead of simply licensing them. Just imagine finishing a game and being able to sell it, gift it to a friend, or trade it just like you would a physical copy. That's the kind of ownership blockchain makes possible. No more GameStop ripping you off if you've been at GameStop trying to sell your games. From Project 11, as we think about quantum resilience, especially with ALGO, this is coming from Project 11 and Microsoft, so check it out. It says, latest from Microsoft, the quantum safe timeline has changed. As you see, everything you need to know. I'm not going to read all of it because it is pretty lengthy, but this is the timeline here. It says we are accelerating the Microsoft Quantum Safe Program, or QSP timeline, and the goal is to transition products and services to PQC by 2029. The entire world is converging on 2029, and it will take years for blockchains and infrastructure to migrate once they start. And if you're looking at the blockchains now that are actually started on this quantum resilient PQC as we're moving forward, I think you're on the right direction. We have the ones, of course, like XRP's ready for it. We have Algorand that's ready for it, and some other players as well. HBAR, of course, big player. So we're starting to look at the future. I'm personally looking at those ones that are going to be quantum resilient, ones that governments are using, ones that, of course, institutions and banks are using, but they need to all be safe and they can't be hacked. So if your project isn't quantum resilient yet, I would just keep an eye on it because quantum computing is here and it's going to be here before we know it. As you can see, they've already moved that timeline up from 2030 to 2029, and Algorand's trying to get ready by 2027. So I think the race is definitely on when we look at quantum computing. So definitely be ready for that. As we're starting to see more of the world adopt cryptocurrencies, it's no surprise we're getting this information from the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund. So check this out from their post. It says, tokenization is more than a technology upgrade. It can reshape how the financial system operates. The new IMF analysis explains what changes and why policy choices matter. IMF speaking about tokenization, digital assets, all those things. This is a huge signal to the rest of the world that they are here to stay, right? As we move on, let's look at South Africa. So South Africa unveils new crypto tax framework. South Africa's tax authority has released draft guidance clarifying how crypto assets will be taxed under existing tax laws. The proposal treats crypto as an intangible asset rather than currency, meaning activities such as trading, swapping, spending, and certain donations will trigger taxable events depending on taxpayers' intent and circumstances. This is South Africa. We have seen Japan, Korea as well, South Korea, I believe it was, and some other countries as well, already laying out their tax framework for crypto and then their more broad crypto policy as a whole. And as we're looking at China, this is coming from the OMFIF, says reports in the Financial Times that China is preparing to commercialize Project Enbridge, the multi-central bank platform that settles cross-border payments directly in digital currencies. Have reviewed their familiar questions of whether Beijing can loosen the dollar's grip. As of course, you know, China and the BRICS nations are trying to take down the US dollar. So let's keep reading on. It says the platform has now handled around $69 billion in cross-border settlement, up from the $55 billion the Atlantic Council tracked in November 2025, with the digital renminbi making up 95% of the total. But that figure is the wrong thing to watch. The more consequential decision took effect quietly on January 1st when the People's Bank of China reclassified the digital renminbi for digital cash into interest-bearing deposit money. The reclassification is the step other central banks examined but declined to take. The question it answers whether the central bank digital currency can pay a return and also be worth holding without draining deposits from commercial banks is the central design problem of retail CBDCs. Sorry about the lack of reading that kind of slow, guys. I am dyslexic and I get my words jumbled up, so I was trying to make sure I didn't get too jumbled up. And let's look at Russia. So Russia says its digital ruble is ready for mass rollout by September. October, guys, I think is going to be very exciting time for us. The Bank of Russia says more major banks, large retailers are ready to support the country's digital ruble. The rollout expected to begin with systematically important banks, again, GSIBs on September, then expand to all banks in stages by September 2028. And we're going to look at XRP in this right here. So this is coming from, this says Moscow. So this is a report from Russia, and you will translate this so you can see what this says. It says digitalization of payments and innovation in the payments market. That's what this report is about. And as you can see here in the center, what does this look like? It looks like the XRP token, doesn't it? Interesting. So we do have XRP sitting in the middle of this Russian document. And this is coming from 2024, 2023, 2022, some of these reports. But check out what this says. I'm going to translate this for you guys so you can see what this says. It says, initially, asset tokenization will be used in relation to securities and other financial instruments to increase the speed of settlement and reduce cost. Projects in this area appeared as early as 2015, and already in 2018, the World Bank issued its bonds in tokenized form on the blockchain platform. In 2021, 2022, SWIFT, together with the International Depository Clearstream and a number of other companies, conducted a pilot to use the network for transactions with tokenized, and it goes on. But the XRP token is definitely there in the center. So we have the world superpowers, America, China, Russia, all already looking into digital assets and already really using them, but just now announcing it. The IMF is coming out. The DTCC is coming out. BIS is talking about it. The world is talking about digital assets, tokenization, and cryptocurrencies as a whole. Are you seeing the bigger picture? If you're here right now, this is an amazing opportunity to watch this unfold, while the rest of the world has been caught up worrying about Taylor Swift getting married. That's what the masses are talking about right now. They're talking about nonsense, in my opinion. I'm sorry if that's your thing. I don't mean to offend anybody. But the bigger picture is we're watching the fourth industrial revolution unfold right now, and these global conflicts. We're in a very interesting time right now. There's so much more things to pay attention to, and retail's distracted. It's a ghost town, right? But let's move on. Let's talk about Trump and the Trump accounts, because this ties into the DTCC. Also, if you have a child, this is good information. Free money on the table, quite literally free money on the table for them. So check it out. We're going to start off with the historic Supreme Court overturns 91-year-old president giving Trump complete control over financial regulators. The U.S. Supreme Court has overturned 91-year-old President Humphrey's executor, clearing Trump to fire SEC and CFTC commissioners without a cause. The landmark ruling comes just as the Senate prepares for a debate on the Clarity Act, dramatically increasing the White House influence over the very regulators set to oversee the U.S. crypto market. This could be exciting, that's great, but also on the flip side, if we get the wrong president in the office, then everything can also be flipped. So that's a two-sided coin, in my opinion. But this is where it's going to get interesting for you if you have a child as well. It says Trump rings opening bell for Trump account launch. President Donald Trump joined the NYSE and NASDAQ in the ringing of the opening bell for the White House Oval Office for the first time ever per CNBC. The event marks the launch of Trump accounts, the administration's new tax advantage investment accounts for children. And then just as a reminder here, guys, this is coming from the DTCC in March 2026, talking about the Trump accounts. It says this NSCC important notice announces the enhancements of the automated customer account transfer services, ACATS, to support the new Trump accounts that commence in July 2026. The enhancements were identified through collaboration among DTCC, SIFMA, and other industry participants. As you can see, the ACATS PSC region test date was Friday, June 5th, 2026, and then ACATS production region date was actually Friday, July 3rd, 2026. And if you want to learn more about these Trump accounts, this is actually a great opportunity for you to get some money into your child's account. I believe the government is going to give you $1,000 to start with and watch it grow. And this link will be down in the video description should you want to get a direct link, or you can just go to trumpaccounts.gov and you'll find that link as well. So as we put it all together, put it as a more macro view, these aren't separate stories. This is a transitioning, unfolding in real time, and you're watching it happen. So as you see these news stories come across, you read from other articles or other influencers or other channels, whatever, don't keep them as separate stories. Put them all together and see if you can kind of figure out what's happening here. That's what we're doing on this channel. I hope you found something in this video that was valuable for you. Hopefully it was something new for you. And hopefully it gives you something different to think about if you are somebody that's newer to the crypto space, or maybe you're locked in on one project and you haven't really expanded yet. This is the bigger picture. The world is going to tokenization, digital assets, stablecoins, and it's not going to happen. It is happening right now. Adoption is happening right now as we speak, guys. So get ready for it. Educate yourself, do the research, give yourself an exit plan. If you were to get $1 million right now, how long would that last? Would you buy a Lambo, a house, and all that, and you'll be broke again? $1 million isn't that much money, guys. Yeah, of course, who wouldn't want $1 million, but in the long term, it doesn't last that long, especially when we think about taxes and all those things that will come with it. It will be gone before you know it. So if you don't have an exit strategy, I highly encourage you to get ready. I'm not selling you anything to do so, but I'm just trying to encourage you to really give yourself a game plan on how you're going to exit if and when that day comes. All right, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Before I let you guys go, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, become the change you want to see in the world. Thank you guys so much for hanging out this long. I'll catch you on the next one.